Bibi Netanyahu surely does not have the position that he is in control of President Trump. If anything,
hilarious.
It's
proven from your own documents. It is proven that
Benjamin Netanyahu seems to be on the precipice of a new, wider propaganda campaign looking to take over the likes of TikTok and get it, deeper embedded in Twitter, X, or what have you. We have a Piers Morgan panel here. Lots of accusations going back and forth. Max Blumenthal and this chief Zionist Barbie hack freak going back and forth. She's going to come out with all kinds of accusations. Max Blumenthal going to be defending himself, and in the midst of it, there's this overarching theme of propaganda and the propaganda wars vis-a-vis this conflict and Israel. Curious to know what you guys think about these latest developments. Drop a like, subscribe, comment. It helps me out a lot when you guys get involved in the discussion. Happy to hear from you. And without further ado,
if you're going to get to a peaceful resolution, at some stage, there has to be a modicum of good faith on both sides to even consider a peace proposal. I just can't understand. I mean, it's all right, Netanyahu now apologizing, but what was he thinking to do this? I just can't understand it.
Well, former State Department Press Secretary Matthew Miller said, after defending Netanyahu day after day, that Netanyahu shattered every ceasefire agreement, broke every possible deal in order to survive and hold his narrow coalition together, a coalition that features people like Gila Gamliel, the innovation minister, who said the real agenda in Gaza is to make Gaza uninhabitable until the population leaves, and we'll do the same in the West Bank. Bezalel Smotrich, the finance minister, has said that this is a business deal, that Gaza is a business deal and a real estate bonanza, and we need to divide it. The first stage was demolition and building in Gaza, and basically taking it over for Jewish settlers is cheaper. So that's the real agenda. We're witnessing a kind of final solution that Netanyahu affirmed in May 2025 when he said, we will destroy the homes of the people in Gaza to make them leave. Today, Israel destroyed the largest residential tower in Gaza City, a residential tower, because I've reported in Gaza, that I've actually seen. And the defense minister, Israel Katz, celebrated this. They're celebrating the destruction of entire neighborhoods, which is why, while Israel is waging a seventh front war, which now extends into U.S. allies, to kill the negotiating team because it was getting in the way of this final solution, they're actually extending into an eighth front, which is the United States, where Netanyahu has said that his coterie of billionaires, including Larry Ellison, must buy TikTok and buy all these media assets to prevent the PR propaganda collapse that Israel's facing. And we have a panelist here who was in that meeting who appropriately compared Netanyahu and his Likud party to Donald Trump's GOP, essentially because the Likud party controls Donald Trump through vehicles like Israeli asset Miriam Adelson.
Okay, Katie, I'm going to come to you because I wasn't going to come.
And pause real quick, just to give context. This is one of those clips where Netanyahu is talking about exactly that, about the sort of weaponization of TikTok and influencers. So let's play this for context.
And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community. They're very important. And the most important ones are in social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is followers. TikTok. TikTok, number one.
I love how no one in the audience had any idea what he was talking about. Like these are the geniuses that are running your PR campaign. Great.
Number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. Exactly. Very good. And so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot.
So good. Elon Musk, friend of genocide. Absolutely lovely. Great to have it. So there you have it. And by the way, whose account was this from? Deborah Lee, who happens to just be on here and ready to jump into the action. So let's continue.
To you before I went back to Alan, said I will come to you, but just on that point about that meeting, Deborah Lee, you were in the Netanyahu influencer meeting. Do you recognize the characterization that Max just put up for that?
I think everything that Max is saying is just honestly hysterical because it is so two-sided. Max, you are directly funded by Iran, Russia, and Qatar. The organization that you work for is directly
That's a huge lie. That's a lie.
From the Iranian Play TV that is proven from your own documents. It is proven that is you have received money. I've never received a dollar from Israel or the Israeli government, whereas your company, Gray Zone, is directly, this is not liable. It has been proven in documents from your own.
First of all, this woman can hardly even speak English. She says it's not liable. He said libel. So she comes on immediately, just brazen lying, like the first thing right out of her mouth. Boom! Can't even wait like 2 seconds.
Violating sanctions,
but
Piers. She's accusing me of violating U.S. sanctions.
Yes, you claim that your organization, Gray Zone, simply runs off readers donating money, but that is not true, and that is absolutely not true because it's been proven. And Piers, I just wanted to address what you said on the intro of this, that Bibi was saying that he needs to buy TikTok and that make it an Israeli weapon. I was in that meeting. I posted the video. The video that you played was my video. If you watch the video for yourself, he never said that. I was asking Bibi about what do we do in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination and the rise of the woke right with people like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson creating chaos online, even with things like Tyler Robinson saying that he wasn't the assassin when he's confessed to it, trying to get a mistrial for him and not get justice for Charlie Kirk. So I was asking Bibi, because I wrote a paper when I was in college, as Max mentioned, about the similarities between the GOP party and the identities and the values of the Republican Party under Trump, and how the Likud party in Israel under Benjamin Netanyahu has similar ideologies and values, and they're cut from the same ideological cloth. I didn't say that the Likud party controls the GOP. I literally wrote that they just have similar ideological values, which I hold as a conservative Jew. So as far as buying TikTok, we saw in that video, every single person here and nearly every single commentator agrees. I've never received a dollar, so that's a cheap shot. Keep trying. My bank accounts.
You wouldn't even be here
honey,
if Netanyahu hadn't bought you.
I'm still talking. That's not true. I've been on Fox hundreds of times. I was a huge TikToker in 2020. I'm not lying. You're a liar. Anyway, I wasn't done talking. Every single person here, every single political commentator, and the Trump administration will acknowledge that TikTok is a grave threat to the United States if it was controlled by China. All of us have acknowledged how China can influence the United States through TikTok, through videos, through making us dumber, through putting out propaganda, whatever it is. Same with X. Why do you think Elon Musk bought X? Because we recognize the free speech issues on there under Mark Zuckerberg.
Why is it that every single time, though, an American female Jew
weapons of war change
in modern times?
Deborah, let's hear time out. Let's hear from Katie.
I just don't understand.
Sorry, unless your name is Katie, please don't now speak. Katie.
Every time an American female Jew speaks in our country, it is that they're bought and paid for by the Israelis. Why is it that every single time a Jew has an opinion, they must be therefore bought and paid for by the Israeli government? Can they not just have an opinion that is valid and not be bought and paid for? I just do not understand.
Well, who paid for Deborah's propaganda trip to Israel?
And let me continue by saying this.
I mean,
when did I go to propaganda
trip to Israel? Don't all talk at once, please.
I paid for every trip I've ever been to Israel.
Don't all talk at once, please. Katie.
But what I can tell you, I was not there. I did not hear Bibi Netanyahu speak at the UN. But what I can tell you is that President Trump has never been bought and paid for by anyone. Bibi Netanyahu surely does not have the position that he is in control of President Trump. If anything, President Trump has proven that he has walked away multiple times. If you believe that Bibi Netanyahu apologized to Qatar on his own free will today, I can assure you that is not the case. There's a reason why that phone call happened during his White House visit. It is because this president takes very seriously his commitment to the American people that they will not be dragged into any more foreign wars. And that includes with Israel.
Yeah, I mean, Katie,
like he didn't get dragged into the Iran, bombing just like 2 months ago or whatever. Donald Trump took hundreds of millions of dollars, I believe it was hundreds of millions of dollars, from the Adelson family. He has Mike Huckabee, the mega turbo ultra Zionist, as his main ambassador to Israel. His whole cabinet is, massive maxi Zionists, and they're doing every single thing that Israel wants every step of the way vis-a-vis Gaza and that policy. Trump has gone along with the policy of let's bulldoze the Gaza Strip and put up hotels and resorts and casinos and shit. This section of the panel is, and I was really hoping that she, forgive me, I don't know her name, but I was hoping they would have someone else on the panel that would be somewhat reasonable. I don't know who this is either, but just so far, absolute disaster from the top right here.
I mean,
visited the White House more than any other visitor.
No, Max, wait a minute. Just to be
What's
clear,
your conspiracy
please.
theory? And the Soros family buys and pays for every single liberal that is existing. Every single picture you have has Soros in it. So please sit down.
Okay, but they're Americans. They're Americans.
Sit in the corner.
I mean, we're witnessing a foreign meddling operation with Deborah Leah Schwartzman at the forefront as an influencer trying to put lipstick on a Holocaust.
Well, you know, I actually
find
protocols and the elders of Zion. Yeah, look, I mean, and that is, just to put it plainly, that is exactly what it is. This is a person that knows absolutely nothing about what she says or does or is talking about. And I can show you, here is a video that the famous Deborah Lee did on TikTok not too long ago, and you will see how just
Israel's dragging us into World War III.
Her talking points are here.
Israel's dragging us into World War III. I'm not dying for Israel. You half-wits do realize that if Iran was successful in creating a nuclear weapon and then use that nuclear weapon to attack Israel, that the United States would be obligated to...
So already off the bat, the absolute degeneracy and nonsense. If Iran had gotten a nuclear weapon and then dropped it on Israel, which, first of all, they weren't even making a nuclear weapon. Number two, they to think that they were doing it for the express reason that as soon as we get it, we are unleashing it on Israel is absolutely ridiculous. It is complete fear-mongering, vapid, brain rot, Zio rot, fucking Israel propaganda slop that there's no basis for that at all. So first of all, your whole premise within 10 seconds, it's gone. Like there's nothing there. So anyway, let's continue.
Weapon to attack Israel, that the United States would be obligated to respond both morally and strategically, right? So what Israel did, which is target Iran's nuclear facility and eliminate heads of the IRGC, that's actually preventing a broader war and a greater regional conflict from breaking out. Israel's doing what has to be done to keep a nuclear Iran and a greater conflict off the table, which prevents...
So, and of course, they didn't take out their full nuclear program. Iran was able to move their critical supplies out before any of that happened. And really, realistically, they are probably more likely to go down that route anyway now because they know that Israel and the United States are completely unhinged and will bomb them indiscriminately on a whim. And so they're probably going to go and continue this program in more secret. And then one day it'll probably just come out that they have succeeded in doing this. And then we'll be in a whole other, situation entirely. So no, this is, again, complete garbage.
Direct U.S. involvement and boots on the ground. This is deterrence in action, and it is buying the entire world more time. And not to mention that Israel has been fighting a war with Hamas for over 615 days, and not a single U.S. service member has been on the ground to fight. So stop the fear-mongering and thank Israel for making the entire world a safer place and preventing a nuclear...
Israel has made the world less safe. Their whole existence in the last, 10, 20, 30, 50, 60 years has just been a steady decline into making the world, the Middle East, more of a disaster and less safe. So there you have it. As Max Blumenthal says, putting lipstick on a Holocaust, a pretty blonde face to go out there and just spread party line propaganda with absolutely nothing to back it up and not a single brain cell crunching and calculating and trying to figure out what's actually going on. So that's the point. That's why Netanyahu gathers them all together, likely pays for them to go and coordinate together. Who knows what else is going on? I don't know to the extent that she is getting that kind of money directly from Israel or Israeli regime. But regardless, her doing it on her own volition or getting, support or resources or what have you to do so, is exactly what Israel wants and loves more of. So that is it's essentially the situation that is going on the propaganda side of things.